The Bills get virtually no benefit of the doubt. And this is where things get really tough for the Bills. All right. I cannot stress this enough. Again, I'm going to go to salary cap first because I obsess over fake money. But when you look at the fake money here, the Bills right now are $52 million over the salary cap. Now, the cap number for Josh Allen is absolutely massive. It is absolutely huge. The cap number for Stephon Diggs is absolutely huge. But what's wild is that were they to actually go in and or trade Stephon Diggs, they still have to eat a ton of money. They would have to trade him and designate it post June 1st. So for all the people that are saying, oh, just get rid of Stephon Diggs, like it's not working. I don't think there's I would love to find a way for Derrick Henry to end up with the Buffalo Bills and they commit to running the football with Derrick Henry and Josh Allen together. And all of a sudden they just grind you to a halt. And I feel great about it. They address, they get a wide receiver in the draft. They figure it out that way. I love all of this, but man, this team's going to need some help on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to need to figure out what the hell they're doing with Diggs. And I still think they need to add pieces and they're $52 million over the cap. In other words, the Bills feel like they're screwed to me right now.
I was just going to say, the Bills are going to be fine because Josh Allen is a Superman quarterback, right? But, man, I don't know how to sit here and tell you how the Bills are going to be better on opening day next season. Again, you think salary cap's a myth. That's fine. Watch the Bills off season. They're $52 million over. They're going to have to make some tough decisions, restructure a lot, and kick it down the road. And like you said, for people who are like, oh, just get rid of Stephon Diggs, your salary cap. Getting rid of Stephon Diggs then, and who's the best player on your offense besides Josh Allen at that point? Is James Cook really the guy you want as the best player on a Super Bowl offense? Not to me. Good complimentary piece, but not the guy. And even Diggs, we don't know if he's a number one anymore. He didn't really play well for about the last 10 weeks of the season, which is not really a small sample. I think they're in a lot of trouble here. They're just going to have one of those drafts that just you're like, whoa, they drafted 4 starters out of that draft because you just don't have the cap to go get anybody. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm worried for the Bills. I think they're going to be good. I don't think they're falling off a cliff and going to be a 7-win team next year. But to get past the Chiefs, I don't know that really there's a blueprint there for them to do that other than you just get in and you hope the results are better this year.
I mean, isn't that part of why there was so much pressure on the Bills, particularly this year, to get it done? Because you were at home and you had to know that, man, you had all your cards in this basket. By the time they pick, I'm looking it up here, they picked 28th in the draft this year. And by 28, they're going to be looking for some sort of a depth pick that late. I think wide receiver does make a lot of sense for them. But, I mean, you look at the opportunity at home with that Chiefs team against this Bills team. I'll say this again. The part of the reason that people feel hopeless is because this Chiefs team just won a Super Bowl and there are plenty of holes in them. And by the way, that Chiefs team went to Buffalo and beat your ass there. So what are you going to do about it? How are you going to make that not happen? And I asked Josh Allen specifically at Super Bowl week, what needed to change? And he said, everybody just needs to make one more play. I need to make one more play. And it's like, okay, well, that's a great concept, but it also presumes that Patrick Mahomes won't also make one more play. You got to make one more play more than the best player in the NFL right now. And I don't find the path. I walked into this season, coming into this last season we just watched. I walked into this season saying people were sleeping on Buffalo, that it was inappropriate how many people thought the Bills were going to just fall apart. I walked into this year saying it was the Bills' year, and it was until it wasn't. And now I'm walking into next year saying, man, your division might suck, and you might still win it because your division sucks, but you ain't taking down the Chiefs. You're not even playing in their same league.
Yeah, and honestly, they barely won a division this year. It took until the last game of the regular season. But a key part of what you said, I talked about in Power Rankings, I think we talked about Sunday, the Chiefs team isn't going to be worse next year. The Chiefs are going to be better. How could it not be? They had a tough regular season. I don't see, unless they lose Chris Jones or Snead or injuries happen or Kelsey falls off a cliff or something, the Chiefs aren't going to be worse. They're going to be better. So Josh Allen said, okay, we just need to make one more play. Now, maybe you need to make 2. To make a very simple comparison there, it might not be as easy as, we're just one play away. Well, you were one play away from maybe beating the 2023 Chiefs. 2024 Chiefs might be a much better team. As far as if you're asking me, they probably will be.
That's scary. And I think you're right.